Let me tell you the melt story. It all starts with a box. That's our world. And that box can be divided into the bottom part being the material world, which consists of objects and actions. And then there's the top part, which is the immaterial world. And that's about emotions and competencies and knowledge. What are the defining qualities for these worlds? The bottom part, the material world, is ruled by the laws of scarcity. It's you can own things, you can control things, you can repeat things, and you can measure things really exactly. And then there's the top part, the immaterial world, and that is not to be owned, and that can be protected or boxed. That's something that's ruled by abundance. And those are very, very different kinds of worlds. What I'm seeing now is that we are moving from material world towards the immaterial. And that's a huge change for us. I would even call that an evolutionary leap. There are a couple of drivers that are taking us on that journey. First of all, our needs are becoming more immaterial. For example, we are going for greater, stronger emotions, and we want to find the meaning of life, and we want to feel that we belong, and those are all immaterial things. The second is that we are driven by companies, because companies are fiercely fighting in this global material world, and they are struggling to find new competitive edges there, and they're finding it difficult to find a competitive edge anymore. So they're reaching to the immaterial with brands and with creating emotional bond with people. The third driver is technology, and I see that the technology is melting these two worlds, creating a new world in between. Let me explain that. First of all, material world is pushing itself up to the immaterial world. For example, information is no longer in any particular place. It's really difficult to say where anything anymore is. The same thing is happening with services, and we don't know what's going to happen with new technologies. For example, 3D printing. That's going to change. Those things are more immaterial than we used to have. And then at the same time, immaterial world is coming down. It's becoming more material. For example, we are sharing more information, knowledge, and emotions than ever before. For example, through social media. And this creates a new world that is at the same time material and immaterial. I call this world melt. Some people call this internet. Some people call it sharing economy. Some say it's social media. Some say it's a digitalization. But I just call it all just melt. What makes this melt so important? It creates two loops that connect these two worlds, and wonderful things are happening there. For example, melt can free material elements and shape the material world. At the same time, melt can flow immaterial elements to be more tangible and shareable to others. And on the other hand, melt is amplifying enormously the whole immaterial world. I think that to be successful in business, you have to understand how this world between these old worlds work, and how these loops interact, and how you can create new possibilities using them to shape the material world and amplifying the immaterial world.